请大家跪下。师尊、师母到临时，我们一起问候：师尊好，师母好，及大家好。我们一起齐声问候：师尊好，师母好，大家好。恭请圣尊升法王座。请师母上座，请各位上师上座，请法师上座。
Just welcome the founder and the lineage guru of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng, to enter into the temple hall. Now we are inviting everybody to be seated. And according to the custom at the temple, we are inviting any of you who's here for the first time to please stand up and introduce yourself. Please say your name and where you came from.
师尊好，师母好，大家晚上好。我是从马来西亚沙巴州，莲花蔡一如，这位是我妈妈。
欢迎你们，欢迎。
Hi, hi everyone. My name is Hua. I'm from Vietnam. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome.
师尊好，师母好，我叫薇薇，我是从加拿大温哥华来的。
欢迎。请问龙边还有吗？如果没有的话，请将麦克风传到虎边。虎边有自我介绍的吗？如果有的话，站起来。好，谢谢。
師尊好，師母好。我係 Monica， 我嚟自 Calgary 嘅白雲女壯子，好高興見到師尊。
歡迎白雲雷藏寺的同門，還有嗎？
在那邊後面。
親愛的師尊，親愛的師母好，我是來自現在有火山爆發的地方夏威夷。那還好，我是住在歐胡島。那火山爆發是大島，是夏威夷島。我謝謝師尊加持，謝謝佛菩薩加持。
I came from Hawaii, the place where the volcano eruption happened. But fortunately, I live in Oahu, the island of Oahu, instead of the big islands. We welcome all of you to come and participate in this group practice. And the group practice today is Medicine Buddha. Clap twice and snap your fingers as a wake-up call. Visualize True Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padmakumara, Namo Living Buddha Liansheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite the root Guru mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Liansheng Siddhi Hom. Om Guru Liansheng Siddhi Hom. Om Guru Liansheng Siddhi Hom.
他有给吗？哦，有给吗？没有哎。
Om Guru Liansheng Siddhi Hom. 念清净咒及安土地真言。
Recite purification mantras and the Earth Deity mantra.
Om Siddhali Siddhali Simoli Simoli Soha. Om Vajranatang He He Hom. Namo Samento Modaran Om Duru Duru Devi Soha. 念招请咒
Recite invocation mantra.
Om Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke the Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Shan. Namo the Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Shan. Namo the Holy Red Crown Vajra Master, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Shan. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. The main deity of the group practice, Namo Medicine Buddha. Namo Vairocana Buddha at the center. Namo Akshobha Buddha to the east. Namo Amitabha Buddha to the west. Namo Ratnasambhava Buddha to the south. Namo Amugha Siddhi Buddha to the north. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Golden Mother of the primordial jet pond. Namo Siddhikarbha Bodhisattva. Namo Padma Kumara. Namo Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. Namo Manjushri Bodhisattva. Namo Maitri Bodhisattva. Namo Vajrasattva. Namo Guru Padmasambhava. Namo Mahachundi Buddha Mother. All Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis and divinities. All Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions. All Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. Namo Mahaprajna Paramita. Create homage using visualization. First to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Create mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space. Make the offering above with the lineage Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the main deity, Namo Medicine Buddha, and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, in the middle to all heavenly beings, Dakinis and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge all karma to all of our civilization. Offer refuge. Visualize our lineage Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra. Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. I'm a protection. Form Vajraklapsa Mudra, recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times. Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali, Om Bodhinanjali. Recite High King Kuan Yin Sutra. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa Mohe Sa. Namo Mila Pusa Mohe Sa. The invocation of the 8 great Bodhisattvas first. Namo Puxian Pusa Mohe Sa. Namo Jinggang So Pusa Mohe Sa. Namo Miao Ji Xiang Pusa Mohe Sa. Namo Chu Gai Zhang Pusa Mohe Sa. Namo Di Zhang Wang Pusa Mohe Sa.
南无诸尊菩萨摩诃萨。观世音菩萨，南无佛，南无法，南无僧。佛国有缘，佛法相应，常乐我净，有缘佛法。南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大神咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大明咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无上咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无等等咒。南无净光秘密佛，法藏佛，狮子吼神足幽王佛，佛告须弥灯王佛，法护佛，金刚常狮子游戏佛，报胜佛，神通佛，药师琉璃光王佛，普光功德山王佛，善住功德宝王佛，过去七佛，未来现皆千佛。1500佛，万物千佛，500花胜佛，100亿金刚藏佛，定光佛，六方六佛名号，东方宝光月殿月妙尊音王佛，南方树根花王佛，西方照王神通烟花王佛，北方月殿清净佛，上方无数精进宝手佛，下方上济月音王佛，无量诸佛多宝佛。释迦牟尼佛、弥勒佛、阿阇佛、弥陀佛，中央一切众生，在佛世界中者，行住于地上，即在虚空中，自由于一切众生，各令安稳休息，昼夜修持，心常求诵此经，能灭生死苦，消除诸毒害。南无大明观世音，光明观世音。高明观世音，开明观世音，药王菩萨，药上菩萨，文殊师利菩萨，普贤菩萨，虚空常菩萨，地藏王菩萨，清凉宝山亿万菩萨，普光王如来化身菩萨，念念诵此经，七佛世尊即说咒言：离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。离婆离婆地，求呵求呵地，陀罗尼地，尼诃那地。毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真人称地，娑哈。十方观世音，一切诸菩萨，是愿救众生，称名悉解脱。若有智慧者，殷勤为解说，但是有因缘，读诵口不错，诵经满千遍，念念心不绝，火焰不能烧，刀兵利摧者，贿赂生欢喜，死者变成活。莫言此事虚，诸佛不忘说。高王观世音，能救诸苦厄，临危急难中，死者变成活。诸佛语不虚，是故应顶礼。持诵满千遍，众罪皆消灭。后福坚信者，专攻受持经。愿以此功德，普及于一切。诵满1000遍，众罪皆消灭。高王观世音真经中。念往生咒。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多得呀他阿弥利多婆毗， 阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝。阿弥尼多毗迦南多，迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多。迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多。迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多。迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他迦多耶，多得亚他。阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦南帝，阿弥尼多毗迦南多。迦弥利迦迦那智多迦尼娑哈。手结莲花童子手印。
From Padma Kumara
持莲
Mudra,
花童子心咒21遍。
we said the Guru Mantra
Om Guru
21
Liên Sân
times.
Siddhi Hom, Om Guru Liên Sân 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 Siddhi Hom。手结药师佛五色光印。
From the Medicine Buddha,
练
5
观
colored
空咒。
mudra. Empty your mind and visualize the space within it.
Om Sabhava Sutta Sawa Dhamma Sabhava Sutto Hang. Om Sabhava Sutta Sawa Dhamma Sabhava Sutto Hang。 观想虚空中有蓝色的月轮，月轮中有
Visualize in the space of blue lotus. At its center, there is a dark blue home, seed syllable radiating bright blue light. Visualize the seed syllable revolves to become Medicine Buddha.
药师佛具32相。
He looks like Amitabha Buddha, endowed with the 32 marks of perfections, except that his body is azure blue. Both his hands form the meditation mudra, holding a bowl filled with healing ambrosia. He's seated upon a lotus throne. His heart chakra emits bright blue light and shines upon us, entering into our bodies from the top of our heads. Our whole bodies become crystal clear in lapis lazuli color, the deep blue color. All of our karma and illnesses are eradicated. Visualize the blue light at Medicine Buddha's heart chakra enlarges, and our heart chakra also emits blue light. These two lights merge in the space above. In a split of a moment, we become Medicine Buddha. And the Medicine Buddha in the space are completely the same as us. Then visualize Medicine Buddha and all the other deities radiate the five-colored light upon all sentient beings, eradicating all their sicknesses so that they can gain self-mastery in body and mind and gain affinity to practice Buddha Dharma. We transform to become Medicine Buddha to benefit and salvage all sentient beings. Recite Medicine Buddha Heart Mantra 108 times. First perform Mala visualization.
Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. Deata Om Pekatiya Pekatiya Maha Pekatiya Naja Samo Kateria Soha. เตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะถาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสโมคเตเรยโสหะ เตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะเตยะทาอมเปกขจิยาเปกขจิยมหาเปกขจิยานาจัสสโมคเตเรยโสหะ做9节佛风右三
Perform 9 cycle Buddha breathing, enter into samadhi. Thank you. you. Thank you.
加持八大本尊心咒及念佛。
Recite the
嗡
mantras
阿
of
弥
the
陀
principal
佛
deity and Ken Buddha
嗡
Amida.
玛尼贝弥吽，嗡巴那摩林陀林娑哈，嗡哈哈哈维萨摩耶娑哈，嗡这里主里尊提娑哈，嗡真巴拉查能查拉耶娑哈，嗡阿吽贝扎咕噜贝玛西里吽塞。 Om Ahom Guru Pe Ahơ Sa Sa Maha Liên Sân Siddhi Hom Te Atha Om Pekhajiya Pekhajiya Maha Pekhajiya Naja Samo Katereya Soha Namo 36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。 南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家齐念请佛注释祈愿文。
Recite the supplication for the
圣
Buddha
尊
to
密
stay
灭
in the Sahara.
十方世界佛刹陈述佛，大悲有情海会众菩萨，护教金刚空行前顶礼。 世间三毒炽盛业漫漫，身心摧折轮回苦无休。圣尊悯念降生
I
度
pay
一
homage and
情，
supplicate the
三
virtues
宝
and
于
marvelous
是
Tantrika,
微
all
光
Buddhas
护
of the ten
群生，
directions, all
人
great
间
suttas,
福田
who are
所
full of
依
compassion
金
toward
刚
all
身，
sentient beings,
受
Sailor
戒
Krishna,
传
Master
法
King,
灌顶
protectors of
自悉
Dharma.
地，
The
佛
nights
持
are long, the
其
three
行
poisons
注
are
释
proliferating,
转
my
法
body
轮
and，soul are
利
stricken,
乐
tumbling
无
in the
量
misery of
无
perpetual
尽
rebirth.
众
Yet
生界。
compassionately came to this world service to
回
live
向，
spirituals and
愿同
like
念
to
佛
provide
者
refuge for
同
all
生极乐
all
国，
fortunate
上
beings to
报
them is
四
Vajra
重
body
恩
for the，
下
bestowal
济
of
三途苦
sentence.
见佛
The
了
disciple
生
of the
死
fleet they stay
如
the
佛
Sahara to
度
turn
一
the Dharma.
切。弟子
May
众
all
等
upon
愿
the
以
Buddha
此
sent
同
the
修功
thus
德回
utmost
向，
blessed
祈
being
愿
generous
圣
this
尊
work of
佛
emanating
体
those
安
of
康
goodness, be
长
loved,
寿
Buddha
自
will
在
return and live
常
on
住
Let
世
the Buddha
间
may we live
永转
We
法
dedicate the merit
轮。
of this group practice to our lineage root Guru.
恭
May you
请
stay
圣
healthy,
尊坐坐
continually
回
stay in
向。
samsara to turn the Dharma wheel. Inviting someone else to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to the medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. Reverently, we pray to medicine Tathagata to shine radiant light upon samsara and bless all participants with good health in body and mind, with the eradication of sicknesses, with the increase of wisdom and good fortune, and with harmony, love, and respect. We pray to medicine Tathagata to bless all participants. May they emit bright radiance and benefit from spiritual cultivations to improve their spiritual frictions to beautify the Buddha lands. By your sweet nectar, please eradicate our sicknesses. By your sweet nectar, please bless us so that we can go to the realm of Lapis Lazuli. We pray to Medicine Buddha to guide train full of Bardo spirits to be reborn into the Buddha lands. The gods of heavens, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May all obstructions and hindrances disappear. May enemies and enmities vanish.
One.
Is the silver mantra 3 times.
Sawa karma sutame jidamo siniyan guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mansa pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe om peca sato samaya marupanaya peca sato tenupadicha ceco me bawa suto kayo me bawa sobu kayo me bawa Anurato me pawa shawa siddhi me bodhayata sawa karma sutta me jidamo siddhiran guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mansa pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe om peca sato samaya manupanaya Peca sato tenu padicha ceco me pawa soto kayu me pawa sopu kayu me pawa Anurato me pawa sawa siddhi me bodhayata sawa karma sutta me jidamo siddhiyan guru hom ha 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 Bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mansa pecapawa mahasamaya Sato ahom pe.
Great homage using visualization for Sugi Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth bow. Recite completion mantra.
Om bring, om bring, om mani padme hum. 让我们以热烈的掌声感谢根本传承上
Let's
师
give
加持
a
同
great
修圆满
round of
吉祥。
applause as our utmost
请大家一
gratitude
起虔诚恭敬合
to
掌，
His
恭
Holiness
请根本传承上师为
for
大
his
家
blessings
做
to the
宝
group
贵的
practice.
法语开
And now
示。
let's join our palms with greatest reverence, and together we invite His Holiness to bestow the precious Buddha Dharma teachings. Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Tupten Torji, and homage to the 3 jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today. Namo Medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm. 师母。
各位上师、教授师、法师、
all Dharma masters,
师、
Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Sweden and Norway. And the law advisor to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou. And accountant to True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. Dr. Su Lin. And Dr. Louis Lee and Madam. Dr. Ryan Zhuang. Producers for the TV program from CTI TV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Shiachi. Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
Thank you for coming. 每一个人。那么今天我们是同修药师的立光如来。
So today we had the group practice of medicine Tathagata. Actually, there are many Buddhists or scholars who hold the opinion that medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm is the same as the Akshobha Buddha of the East. So the same body with different names. So the Akshobha Buddha of the East and Medicine Buddha of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm are actually the same because both are on the east. So therefore, they believe that Medicine Buddha and Akshobha Buddha are of the same body with different names. Akshobha Buddha of the five Dhyani Buddhas. And five Dhyani Buddhas have different names in the Vajradhatu Mandala and the Dharmadhatu Mandala. So there are many Buddhas who have different names, but actually they are the same. So the Dharmadhatu Mandala or the womb mandala is the ground of cause. So the Buddha's names or epithet are based on the ground, the causal ground. And the Vajradhatu Mandala is for the resultant ground. So in the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra, there are many names of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Like what we just recited for the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. There are many Buddha's names and epithets. For example, the Buddha's name Ting Guang Fo, from the Bai Yi Jing Guang Zhang Fo, and then Ting Guang Fo, which is the fixed light Buddha. So that Buddha's epithet is actually the same as Dipamkara. So they have different epithets or different names, but they're actually the same Buddha. So in the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra, it was mentioned about the Buddhas of the 3 periods. The Buddhas of the past, or the fixed light Buddha, that's the same as Dipamkara. And the present Buddha is Sakyamuni Buddha. And the future Buddha is Maitreya Buddha. So prior to Buddhahood, he was referred as Maitreya Bodhisattva. He also have many names. So Maitreya Bodhisattva was also called the Bodhisattva with compassion, 慈氏 in Chinese. And that's actually the future Buddha. So there are, the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra includes the Buddhas of the 3 times. So that's why it includes all Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions. They're all inside the Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra. And Medicine Buddha's Pure Land is called the Lapis Lazuli realm. And the Lapis Lazuli is the most beautiful. Nowadays, so actually, sometimes we refer to the glassware as lapis lazuli, but there should be a difference. Like in the shops in Taiwan, they use the glassware actually made of glass, but it's slightly different from the typical glass. And they make statues of Buddhas and Kuan Yin Bodhisattvas, and they call it Liu Li. So what is the difference between the glass and the Liu Li? In this case is the Liu Li term that's being used in Taiwan, which is different from the lapis lazuli of the medicine Buddha. So any masters, Dharma teachers reference that know the difference between glass and Liu Li? What is the difference between just glass and what they call Liu Li? Or Liu Li is like Padite Vere?
不过我是这样子哦，玻璃是人做的，琉璃也是人做的。
they're man-made, but both of them, both glass and liuli, are man-made.
这所有的金银铜铁器物嘛，全部
So all the metals like gold, silver,
其实都是天然的
zinc, aluminum, they're all mined. So and processed.
为什么不叫玻璃，叫琉璃？
But why?
说琉璃跟玻璃，
What is the difference between glass and liuli?
啊，这很聪明哦，很聪明。其实琉璃是卖的贵一点。
Oh, because liuli is more expensive. That's the only difference.
哦，你看还是那个看网路的啦。
So they check on the internet.
这边是说哈，维基百科啦，琉璃，它是中国古代对于来自于西域一种宝石的称呼。一般的意义上呢，琉璃也指人造的琉璃，它是一种具有
Liuli,
表面的烧制的建筑装饰，
it's also a man-made glass. It's actually the same as glass. So it doesn't answer.
好啦，玻璃就是琉璃，琉璃就是玻璃。
So liuli actually is like glass.
事实上，琉璃好像是真的讲的是比较贵哦。
But it is really more expensive.
一块这样子哦，
Like a piece like this.
算百万的哎。
Sometimes it reaches millions
琉璃算百万。
of NT dollars.
可能材质上也
There is a translation that they use lazurite, Lazurite, or colored glaze.
其实玻璃就是跟琉璃一样的。维基百科说的。
So according to Master Lian Wang,
玻璃是
according to Wikipedia, actually it's about the same.
炼出来以后，这样子一尊的佛像要上百万。
But why is liuli cost so much?
好，那换你讲。哦。哎，你来这里讲。一定要搞清楚这个。
We have to clarify the difference.
是刚刚丽丽是在手机上面，她找到解答，但是因为她不敢讲，叫我讲，但是我的广东国语希望你们听得懂。
Reverend Lily found it on the internet, but she didn't want to come up and say. But she asked me to speak.
不同的金属，让它产生化学的变化。
So actually, liuli and glass are the same, but in liuli, they use different kinds of glaze or coloring. So that's why it would generate more different colors. But calling it glass, it's so ordinary, so they call it liuli. And because it's like colored glass, so many people like it. So that's why it's more expensive.
哦，所以维基百科是错误的。
So the Wikipedia was wrong.
你看维基百科里面所写的东西，玻璃就是琉璃，其实是
saying that glass is liuli.
所有的矿物质，让它产生了不同的颜色。
So inside the glass, they add a lot of minerals to create different colors.
制造的过程也不一样。
So the making process also different.
世界净土，这个净土。
So when we say the Pure Land of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli,
东方玻璃光。
We should not say the Eastern glass realm because they are different.
那么在佛经里面讲到这个
Because liuli is liuli and glass is glass. And in the sutras, it was mentioned that the Eastern lapis lazuli realm and the Western Atmos bliss realm, or the Western paradise, they are equally magnificent and exquisite. So we cannot say that everyone longs to be reborn into the Western paradise. You can also go to the Eastern paradise of Medicine Buddha. They are both the same exquisite, similarly exquisite. If you can go to the Pure Land, and if you are in the Pure Land, you can go to any realm. As we know, Vairocana Buddha, or Buddha Lokana, Sakyamuni Buddha, these three Buddhas, the Dharmakaya or Dharma body is Vairocana Buddha, and the Sambhogakaya is Buddha Lokana, and the Nirmanakaya is Sakyamuni Buddha. So although the Buddha's epithets are different, but Buddha Lokana and Sakyamuni Buddha and Vairocana Buddha are equal in essence. So Buddha's name or epithet, Dharmakaya, Vairocana Buddha, Sambhogakaya, Buddha Lokana, Nirmanakaya, Sakyamuni Buddha. So these three Buddhas are of the same Buddha's essence, emanated from the same Buddha. So that's the concept in Buddhism. So there are many Pure Lands like Avatamsaka Pure Land. It's the same. Once you've got to a Pure Land, with one thought you can go to any other Pure Lands. It was mentioned in the Amitabha Sutra. So you make an offering of lotus into the Pure Lands of the 10 directions. Once you arrive at the Pure Land, with joy, with one thought, you can make offering of lotus and go to any Pure Lands. So the Pure Lands are all interconnected, and the Buddhas are also interconnected. So the Pure Land of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm of Medicine Buddha and the Western Atmos bliss realm of Amitabha Buddha are both remarkable, beautiful, and peaceful and harmonious. So when we practice Medicine Buddha's Dharma, you cannot say that, oh, I don't want to practice Medicine Buddha because then I would go to the Eastern realm. So I would be saying goodbye to all other fellow disciples because I'm going to the East and the rest is going to the West. But no, that's not the case. Although you've gone to the Eastern realm, but with one thought, you want to go to the Western realm, then you would be there. So actually, it's all together, all the same. So in the flower ornament world, they're all Pure Lands. So they're all the same. So it doesn't mean that if you practice medicine Buddha, you cannot go to the Western paradise. Or vice versa. Once you get to the Western paradise, you cannot go to the Eastern paradise. That's not the case. So Maha, double lotus ponds, and the true Buddha realm, and the perfect connected realm, Yuan Tong, of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva. And Kuan Yin Bodhisattva also has many other Pure Lands. This Mount Buddhaloka in the South Sea is also one of his Pure Lands, or the Pure Land of Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, the jade, the beautiful jade Pure Land, or the Maitreya Buddha's Pure Land, Tushita Heaven, and the Sanzai youth on his 53 contemplation went to the Pure Land of Maitreya Buddha and found that it's a tremendously majestic Pure Land. And Medicine Buddha had made a vow that any sentient beings with sicknesses praying to Medicine Buddha will have their sicknesses be alleviated. Because in this Saha world, we are either sick in our body or in our minds. Sick in bodies can be saved by medicine. All kinds of medicines and progressive medical science can save the physical or bodily sicknesses, but the mental sicknesses would be truly pathetic, pitiful. It's very difficult to alleviate and save them because the problems is in their minds. No medicine can save them. Unless you study Buddhism and you rely on your spiritual cultivation in order to alleviate the mental sicknesses. Or emotional problems. This is very important. Because ailments of the body can be cured with medicines, but the mental or the ailments of the mind cannot be cured with medicine. You have to rely on your own mind to cure your mind. So it depends whether you're enlightened or not. Some people, they would go to a company or organization and finds that from top to bottom are hostile toward you. You find that everybody from top to bottom are hostile toward you. The top boss, the direct boss, your colleagues, or your subordinates, you found them all have hostile feelings toward you. So you leave this company and you go to a different company. And still you find that everybody is hostile toward you. So wherever you go, you find the same situation. So let me tell you, if you don't blend in any group, in a group, then it doesn't matter whichever group you go to, on earth or in the Pure Lands, it would be impossible for you to be in harmony with them, because that means you're sick. Because wherever you are in the Saha world, as long as there's a person, then there would be problems of true and false. So don't be, because you're sick. There's someone recently that doesn't want to come to the Seattle temple because the reference at the Seattle temple are not good to her. So, well, in that case, why don't you go to Rainbow Temple? Well, they're the same too. So then she stopped studying Buddhism, stopped cultivating spiritually. So that kind of thinking is wrong. So you are the one that's wrong, not the reference that are wrong, not the Seattle temple or the Rainbow temple that are wrong, but your mindset, your thought is wrong. So you have to change yourself first. Although at any spiritual centers there are problems and rumors, gossips, true and false. So if you find Seattle Temple is like that, then you go to other place, other spiritual centers, all the same. Because I've said it clearly that as long as there is a human being, then there would be problems. Like in a family, now in Taiwan and as well as in America, there are many elderlies who live alone. They live all by themselves. They suffer. But if they live together with two people live together or three people live together, they would be even more miserable. We have said this before. One monk carrying or getting a bucket of water. One monk has some water to drink, and with two monks you can fight for water, and with three monks there will be no water to drink. So that's how problem is. So an elderly, a horse, and a child, or his son. This is as an analogy, as we all know, a horse with two people. So if the old man is sitting on the horse, people would say, "See, look, this old man is so shameless. He lets the son walk holding on the horse, and the old man has no compassion at all toward the child." So when the old man heard that, he got off the horse and let the son, the child, sit on top of ride on the horse. And then people say, hey, this child, how can he sit on top of the horse and has no filial piety toward his father? And then the old man took the child down from the horse, and both of them walk on the ground. And then there are people that still say, that's so dumb. How could two people walking on the ground holding the horse, and they don't know how to ride a horse? So both of them ride on the horse, and then some people still say that, are you trying to kill the horse doing that? So it doesn't matter what you do. There would be voices, there would be noises. People would say something. So you need to know that when there's a human being, then there would be this problems of true and false. So you need to be enlightened in order to see through it. Then only then you would be able to overcome your problems of the mind. So Sakyamuni Buddha or Medicine Buddha can cure or alleviate the sicknesses of the body and the mind. So in order to alleviate the problems or the sicknesses of the mind, you want to be enlightened to the ultimate truth. Then your heart and mind would be wide open. Then your world will be wide open. Otherwise, it would be very hard to be harmonious. Why are there so many divorces? Because even just two people, they cannot get along well. They cannot be harmonious. So if you're smart, then you want to be a monk. But don't think that being a monk has no problems or worries. In the Sangha group, has so many problems and worries that let your heart die and let other people's hearts die. And after you die, you live again. There are more problems, there are more worries to be monks and nuns in the Sangha group. So you need to understand, to be enlightened to this, and you need to take things lightly, to be very happy and open-hearted. If you make a mistake, then you repent. Is there anything to be so embarrassed? There's no face to save. So if it's an issue of a face, where should you go? Maybe it's best for you to go to Bhutan. And you can't even live there because there are many people living there too. Or you can go deep into the mountain in Bhutan to live all by yourself. Then you only have the skin of your face and the skin of the tree trunk, of the bark of the tree trunk. There is no face to talk about. Because one day the face will also be gone. What is it to be holding up? What is it to be hung up on? There's no need to hang up on it. Because of face, there are wars in the world. So as a human being, you want to see through all this and to look beyond all this and to look at lightly. So Medicine Buddha can cure the sicknesses of our body and our mind. You should read more sutras, gain enlightenment, and to resolve your problems. And as Buddhists, you cannot
西雅图列让是我不去，那边的人对我不好。山庄我不去，那边的人对我不好。
Worry so much about
自己本身有病。
true and right and wrongs. You cannot say that, oh, the temple, this temple, Seattle temple is not good, or Rainbow temple is not good, so I don't want to go there. It's you yourself that have problems. It doesn't matter what. You would have your own friends, or friends, or people that would be friendly to you.
由其法生禅定后，逐渐增加情气，即心念粗长入短，内住。
The skillful means of stopping zeal to move life.
心中作念。
Perform the complete 9 postures of quiet contemplation.
做金刚颂时，观入息时的嗡字，住息时的啊字，出息时的吽字亦可。
Sorry.
而生禅定而逐渐增加命气者。
So practice the 9 posture of quiet contemplation and block the right nostril and breathe through the left nostril, then breathe normally. And after you rise to meditation from this practice, you gradually increase the zealous qi. So the exited mind is long, the entering mind is short, the abiding mind is internal. The rise in meditation is due to the life qi in the beginning, and the mind is thinking of the breathing, goes in, stays inside, and goes out. When one performs the vajra, visualize Om, Ah, and Hum. Sorry about this, I missed a part. So in our breathing practice, inhalation and exhalation is just a convenient method. Our goal is not on the qi, but in order to achieve meditation, we practice the qi of breathing. It's because by only practicing the breathing, you can enter into meditation. So, why do you want to practice qi? Because only by practicing qi, you can enter into true meditation. So, practicing qi is the skillful means or convenient method to enter into meditation. And here it talks about the vajra chanting. You breathe in the Om syllable from the universe during inhalation, and to let it enter into the lower dantian or the middle dantian, to go into the lower dantian. And after you breathe in, you hold the breath, and during this abiding, the sit syllable becomes Ah inside. And hold it for a while. And as you exhale the breath, the sit syllable becomes Hum. And you exhale the qi. So principally, long inhalation and short exhalation. And holding the breath or abiding is as long as possible. So you visualize first the sit syllable and the color of the qi. So the entering Om is white, the abiding Ah is red, and the exiting or exhaling Hum is blue. So, and because you're in full concentration and continually repeating the breathing in, abiding, breathing out, breathing in, staying, breathing out, breathing in, staying, breathing out, and you visualize and focus,
突然之间，
and you're in concentration, and all of a sudden you enter into meditation.
你以这个专一的瑜伽，然后进入三昧地，专一才能够
So
进入三昧地。
only when you're totally focused in concentration, you can enter into samadhi.
一心不乱这一点，
So
一心不乱，如何
in
一心不乱
Amitabha Sutra, it talk about concentration,
做修气的功，
single-mindedness.
能够让你的心不散乱。
So how do you do that? Is by breathing, so that
因为我们
your mind
随
is
随
not
便念
scattered.
佛或者是说我们念经
Otherwise, when you chant the Buddha's name or recite the sutra,
植入性的心闻，
often
植入性的念头，
there would be
植入性的念头
thoughts that's
你在
distracting.
念，突然之间你想到某
As
件
you chant and chant, all of a sudden you think of something.
如果你一直在想着吸进去，
If your mind is always on the inhalation, the white
变
om
成红色的
to the dantian, then it becomes a red ah, and then you hold the breath,
然后再呼出去，
and as you exhale it, it
你这
becomes
样子
home.
一直在练习这个，
And you continually practice it, then
像
your
做九节国风，为什么要做九节？
mind will be
九
concentrated
节
or
国风
would
的
be
时候会
focused.
让你
And why do we want to perform 9 cycle of the 9 cycle Buddha breathing? Is to
等到你
let
能
you
够
be
专一的时
focused.
候，最后
So that's the yoga of concentration. Once you can reach the concentration,
就是千斗莲花，千斗莲花是在
here at the brow
明点的
point,
所在，
there are the 1000 petal lotus. It's the place for light drops, or
你
it's
等
called
你
body
心总
chakra.
能够集中，完全集中。
Once you're in full
千斗莲花
concentration
这个
at
上丹田
the
的时候，
upper dantian, which is the body chakra, or the 1000 petal lotus at the
练
brow
习
point,
久久，这依旧的
after
依旧的
long-term
法则会
practice,
进到你身体，
the dharma flow of the universe will enter into your body.
因为你修行
And through your spiritual cultivation,
成着
by holding the breath, you would be able to ignite the inner fire, and the inner fire rises to burn the body chakra, and the light drops, body chakra will melt and the light drops will drip.
都可以
So
用出来。
then you can use it to descend,
这里面
ascend,
提到的啊，这个
holding
所谓的
and
情气，
distribute or disperse.
用这个方法可以生禅定以后呢，你逐渐
So
增加情气，啊，逐渐
by
增加
using
情气
this,
也就是心念
you would be able to
出场
increase
短内住，这个是以命气为始的
the
时候，其
meditation.
实应该是
So in, out, and hold.
入长出短，
So
还有跟
inhalation long and the
以前
exhalation
我讲
short,
过一个
and then
入
the holding
先
is
进来
inside.
先进来，
So the
好先
the
进
chi enters
就是
and the chi stays or abides
呼出去，
as you hold your breath, and then you
练
exhale
久了可以到达
or
入
exit.
可以到达2分钟。
So after long-term practice, you would be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes.
2分钟的话，就已经
If you can do that,
的训练
that
非
means
常的好。
you have trained really well in
然后吸
concentration.
气有时候要散掉这个气，有时候
And
先观想
before you exhaling the qi,
别的地方，
you want to visualize that the qi reaches
所以
all
先
other
学会
parts of the body, which I will talk about in the future. So first, you should train in the 9 cycle Buddha breathing, that's fine. Or in performing Vajra chanting, you visualize Om during an inhalation, Ah during the abiding, and Hum during exhalation. And this will rise to meditation that gradually increases one's life energy or qi, and you use your mind
就是吸气的时候是长的，
to inhale the qi long
住在里面，
and to hold the qi internally
短呼，
and to exhale the qi shortly.
气的气多，
So more
这样子才会
qi being inhaled and
相反
less qi being exhaled, then you would live a longer life.
吸进
But
来
if it's the other way, then you would have a shortened life.
就会长寿。
So if you breathe in less and breathing out more, then your life will be shortened,
短寿，
and vice
但是
versa.
有时候长短之间呢，有
But
时候是这样
sometimes it's like this.
必须要你看你的作用，当左火
Depending on the function or how the function of the qi that you use. So like just prior to the inner fire being generated,
吸进来多，
then
出去少，
you breathe in a lot and breathing out a little bit. But during
而且我们的
the ignition of the inner fire, it would be the other way around. But normally, it's long in and short out. And when we breathe, it should be fine, long, and slow.
40多岁，
You know why turtles live to be 240 years?
40多岁，乌龟会真的是长寿比乌龟。
Turtles are really long-lived.
1分钟
Why?
只
Because
有4个呼吸，
turtles breathe 4 times in 1 minute.
1分钟4个呼吸，你有没有看看？
So
人本身1分钟
4 times a minute. How about human beings?
所以我们修行的人呢，必须要经常做深呼吸。
So as spiritual cultivators, we should
那个深呼吸
breathe
吸进来
deeply,
的气
frequently. We should frequently perform deep breathing.
到全身，
As you breathe in the qi, it should
那
reach
个是长呼吸。
to your souls, to all over your body. Then that would be the breathing of
就出去，
of
注意
spiritual cultivators. Typical mundane beings, they would breathe just to the throat and
所以我
out.
们行者的呼吸最少要到丹田下丹
But
田
for sadhaka, the breathing should at least reach the lower dantian,
啊心悸，到
or at least the heart chakra.
修行人一定要修，要
So as spiritual cultivators
吸进来
or sadhaka,
一定
you
要
want
到
to
丹田
breathe
这才是行
in
者在
until
修
the
行
breath reaches the lower dantian. And you need to train all the time or normally.
那你在这里做
So that's why it's very good
深呼吸
to
非常，
breathe deeply,
你知道台湾
to perform the deep breathing. And it's extremely great here in Seattle.
你在台湾有没有修
But
行
not in Taiwan. Do you practice breathing in Taiwan?
越修越气，
Yes. Then how is it? Well, the more you
越
practice,
吸进来那个 PM2.5
the more short-tempered you
肺部
become.
完蛋了，就过敏了。
Because what you breathe in is the air polluted with PM 2.5, and then you would get allergy.
他就咳嗽咳不停。
So there are many people like that after they got to Taiwan. They come back and they can't stop
回
coughing
台湾他就过敏。
and allergic. And Simu too is fine in Seattle, but allergic in Taiwan.
我也
And during the last month, I also have some allergy in my throat.
回来过敏，
And anybody else?
很多人，
Many.
连夜也是，连夜，
Yeah.
很多人去了台湾回来都过敏。
There are many people who went to Taiwan and then they become
真
sensitive.
的，空气非常的重要。
So that's why the air is very important, because human beings need 3 things: sunshine, air, and water. And what is the sunshine for?
那个是光合作用，阳光跟你的光合作用。
It's for what's that called? The solar energy with you and also with the plants, the chlorophyll. What is it called? Not oxidation. So, like as human beings, we want to be in the sun. Maybe not directly, maybe with an umbrella, but you have to be outside. Or photosynthesis. So for human beings, animals, and plants, we need some photosynthesis. So sunshine, air, and water, they are all very important. And look at the water in Seattle. You can drink it directly from the tap. I don't need to buy bottled water, but in Taiwan, I would need bottled water. But in Seattle, I would just drink the water directly. And the air is really good. They're very clear, no PM 2.5. So breathe in as much as you can. But if you go to Taiwan, you can't even breathe. And they always tell us to close all the doors and windows, and it's always in danger zone. So if you go outdoor, it's the same as going into the poisonous room, toxic room. You know, the danger zone, like purple color. And then the red, danger, and orange, there's still smokes and pollutants. And then yellow and the green is pretty clear. And there was only one day that was green. And because it was a Taiwanese Labor Day and everybody was on a break. And the coal-generated electric power company was on vacation. But look at Seattle's air, it's so good. I mean, it would be nice if we can wrap it and bring it to Taiwan. So we are the Qi practitioner, breathing practitioner, because by practicing Qi or breathing, you can enter into meditation because of the concentration. When you're totally serene and tranquil, so when your breathing is tranquil, then your mind is also tranquil. And then you can enter into concentration, and then you can enter into meditation. So this is thus the convenient means in our spiritual cultivation. And in Tantric Buddhism, we talk about practicing the Qi. So in Taiwan, they ask to always stay in a closed room. But you still need air to breathe. So what kind of air is it? It's still the air from outside. It's still the poisonous air, the polluted air, the toxic air. So the Chinese Medical College professor, she graduated from the Chinese Medical College and then became a professor at the college. She said that the respiratory allergy and cancer has increased, has doubled or tripled in Taiwan. So Taiwan is really
你是广州热。
广州。
他说：“你说是广州热还是非洲热？”
A reporter from Guangzhou asked a black person, "Is it harder in Guangzhou or harder in Africa?" And I have explained this last year. Let me explain it again. I didn't come from Africa. I just become so tan in Guangzhou. So Grandmaster and Smu are very smart. Because in the summer, we are in Seattle, and in winter, we go to Taiwan. But nowadays, the air in Taiwan in the winter time is all the same. It's really bad. Let me tell you, you can be really kind, but don't relax your cautions in this world, because some human beings are not human. We often say, this is play of words in Chinese. After you get a mental illness, that your spirits got better. This is also a play of words in Chinese. So a human being always have some ailments or sickness. Strange joke. My girlfriend is called Zhu Jin. And the first time I brought Zhu Jing come to my home at the village. This is also play of words of Chinese. This is a misunderstanding. But it also, Zhu Jin is the name of the girlfriend, but also means that coming in to live. And the mom said, well, just kick her out. Well, this is only meaningful in Chinese. The husband is in a bad mood, and by himself, he drank wine by himself. And the wife asked, so what's going on? And the husband replied, come on, I just want, I want quiet. And the wife slapped his cheek and said, who is quiet? This is also sound like a girl's name. And the husband replied, in life, sometimes it's hard to be just all by himself, But in Chinese, it's also play of words in Chinese. A young couple went to the court for marriage, and they just asked, what's your names? One is called Lin A Pin, the other one is called Lin A Mei. And the court clerk says, aren't you related? Because the names are just with one word difference. And then they look at each other, and the man and the woman look at each other and said, are you related? But in Chinese also, that means, are you in relationships? And then they said, well, twice. Don't always think that you're right. Sometimes you want to think of other people before you think of yourself. The pharmacist went to the bookstore and took a book and asked the employee, "Is this book good?" And the employee replied, "I don't know, I never read it." And the pharmacist asked, "But you're selling books, so how come you haven't read the books? How could it be?" And then the employee replied, "But you're a pharmacist, and have you taken all the medicines inside your pharmacy?" So before you blame someone, think about it. So have you made mistakes? It's very easy for human beings to make mistakes, you know, or to be sick. So after studying Buddhism, you know what kind of attitude, what kind of mindset you have. And then once you gain enlightenment, then you will not blame it on other people. And you know that many people have problems or ailments with their mind or emotion. So they don't have physical sicknesses, but they have mental sicknesses. And these sicknesses can only be cured with Bodhidharma. With Bodhidharma. We have several lessons. Tomorrow, Sunday, May 27 at 3 p.m., His Holiness will be at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington to preside over the Green Tara Homa fire offering ceremony and confer the corresponding empowerments. And His Holiness will then expound on Lamdre. And you can check the website for further details. And at 1:30, there would be the book reading of Grandmaster's books. And tomorrow will be book number 102. It will be led by Raja Master Lien Wen from Canada. The Nectar of And you can bring the book for the book reading. And if you have not joined the DB Boye Club, there would be people on site helping you to join the Trove of Divine Wisdom. On May 29, Tuesday at 11 a.m., that's the 15th of the lunar month, there would be offering puja at the Seattle Temple. And the annual Autumn Bardo Deliverance Ceremony will be held on September 8th, 2 p.m. Saturday, September 8th at 2 p.m. will be held at Megan Bauer Center. And for the first time, His Holiness will transmit the Buddha Dharma of Guru Tsongkhapa. Guru Tsongkhapa. And make sure that you take the best opportunity for this ceremony. And on September 16, Sunday, at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, which is the place of the 7 stars, His Holiness will perform the ritual for the Life Foundation to improve our life destinies. Sunday, September 16. Now we'll be incanting Buddha Amitabha.
新皈依者到人者前程跪。
We are inviting any of you who would like to take refuge in His Holiness and follow the spiritual cultivation of True Buddha Soul to please come forward to the center of the temple and personally receive refuge initiation from His Holiness. If you're not present in person and would like to take refuge, you may send a letter to True Buddha Foundation and request for a remote initiation. Inviting His Holiness to bless the Great Compassion Holy Water and to consecrate Buddha images. Now please stand up and pay homage, and this ends the English invitation today. Thank you.
二拜诸菩萨，嗡啊吽。三拜诸护法金刚，嗡啊吽。 是平等一起手，同修会圆满
我以前
结
有，但
束了。
是我
非常
最
感恩
近才
根本
renew
传承上师的大加持。
这个没有啦，我最近都没有上班。
师教授师法师对
我
方可能善尽大德的护持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。网络直播到此结束，感谢大家的收看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.